Come back the details. In his speech before the UN Security Council, Minister of Foreign Affairs Sami Shukri cited the various steps that Egypt had taken, highlighting its commitment to negotiations in a bid to resolve the long dispute over Ethiopia's Renaissance Dam. Shukri confirmed Egypt's endeavor to reach a peaceful solution to the issue that preserves the rights of the three countries in both development and water rights. Shukri told the meeting that various proposals presented by Cairo to the Ethiopian side to reach a legally binding agreement on the dam were all rejected by Addis Ababa. The Egyptian top diplomat asked the UN Security Council to shoulder its responsibility and prevent some parties from taking unilateral actions that undermine the rights of others. Shukri also said Egypt found that the path of negotiations sponsored by the African Union had already reached a deadlock due to Ethiopia's stubbornness, and if the gathering failed to oblige Ethiopia to abide by the deal signed with Egypt and Sudan, Egypt would have to protect its own interests and water rights. Meanwhile, as Ethiopia is opposed to any Security Council involvement, Sudan's Foreign Minister Mariam Sadiq al-Mahdi also urged the Council to act by calling for the resumption of negotiations and on Ethiopia to abstain from any unilateral measures. Egypt and Sudan both called on the UN Security Council to help resolving the dispute after Ethiopia earlier this week began filling the reservoir behind its Jerd or Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam for a second year. Al-Mahdi added that a huge dam like the Jerd without operating agreement jeopardizes lives of millions of people. And since Ethiopia has rejected all proposals put forward to solve the dispute, then silence from the UN Security Council would be a wrong message. This came as UN Security Council members backed African Union mediation efforts between Ethiopia, Egypt and Sudan in the Jerd dispute, urging the parties to resume talks. Head of the UNCS and France's permanent representative at the UN, Nicolas Rivière, urged in his word before the Council the three countries to work towards reaching a binding agreement on the dam dispute as soon as possible. He added that he is confident that the three parties are capable of reaching a deal on the filling and operation of the dam under the guardianship of the African Union. The UN Security Council had said that the Council's responsibilities lie in dodging prolonged disputes that threaten world peace and security. Thus, it was crucial for the meeting to be convened. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi discussed in a phone call with Tunisian counterpart Qais Said the latest developments and updates in Addis Ababa's Jerd crisis. Said asserted Tunisia's full support to Cairo and its right to safeguard its national security, which is part of Arab national security. He added that his country supported Egypt and Sudan's decision to resort to the UN Security Council to work towards reaching a legally binding solution on the dispute. President Sisi, for his part, expressed appreciation for the Tunisian president's backing to Egypt on the dam file, as well as its support for the Egyptian stance to reach an agreement over the issue. The UN Security Council has convened yesterday to discuss the dam issue at the request of Egypt and Sudan. Tunisia is the only Arab non-permanent member of the Security Council in its current session. Tunisia has presented to the Council a draft resolution to help revive the Jerd talks within 6 months. Jihan Sadat, the wife of Egyptian late President Anwar Sadat, died at the age of 88. The presidency said in a statement on Friday that it mourns with immense sadness for Jihan Sadat, the wife of the late president, the hero of War and Peace. We have more details.
With great sadness and sorrow, the presidency mourned Jihan Sadat, the widow of late President Muhammad Anwar Sadat, the hero of War and Peace. She had been in hospital for several weeks after returning from treatment in the United States. Mrs. El-Sadat, who has died at the age of 88, represented a great model for the Egyptian woman who backs her husband under the most difficult and precise circumstances. Jihan al-Sadat supported Anwar Sadat until he accomplished the historic victory in the glorious October War, a milestone in the modern history of Egypt, and restored the country's pride and dignity. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi issued a decree awarding Jihan al-Sadat the Order of Perfection, in addition to naming the Axis of Paradise, or Al-Firdaus, after her name. Jihan al-Sadat was born in 1933. She was the third child of an Egyptian surgeon father and a British music teacher mother. She gained a BA in Arabic Literature at Cairo University in 1977, followed by MA in Comparative Literature in 1980, then PhD in Comparative Literature in 1986. She then became a professor at Cairo University and a lecturer at international universities. She first met her future husband, Muhammad Anwar Sadat, in 1948 at her 15th birthday and married him in 1949. Sadat became Egypt's first lady in 1970 and used her platform to touch the lives of millions in the country, serving as a role model for women and help to change the world's image of Arab women undertaking volunteer work and participating in non-governmental service. As an activist, she is the founder of the Arab African Women's League and played a significant role in the formation of the Egyptian Society for Cancer Patients, the Egyptian Blood Bank, and the SOS Children's Villages in Egypt, which is an organization that assists orphans to find a new home in a family environment.
Egypt on Thursday reported 155 new coronavirus infections, bringing the total number of cases to 282,737 people since the outbreak hit the country in mid-February 2020. The Health Ministry reported 19 new death cases, bringing the total number of fatalities to 16,351.